That state.
They manhood.
I want to be more present. I want to be able to take them to school. I want to be able to make lunches. I want to be able to make dinner. I want to be able to be at there first.
Man, I was like, man, let me just go and see what's happening, whatever. I go to the doctor, they like this. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
If I thought I was about to go cry on my mama's shoulder, she was like, nah. Still to this day.
She was even harder.
My mama harder than my dad to this day.
When I realized that that's what my wife was, I started putting her on the front page.
I smell it, I smell it, I smell it, Chef. Listen, when I can smell it from the top, I know it's gonna be good down here when I get to the bottom. What up, King?
Hey, King, what's going on?
Man, listen, I'm just ready to see what you done again. What's up, boy?
We got another one.
Looking good, looking good.
You too, you too.
Do you mind if I grab a cup?
Go ahead, it's all good.
What you cook today?
Oh, so today, you know, I like mixing traditional with the new.
Uh-oh.
I don't think you've done this before, but I made some jerk chicken with your traditional country grits. And next dish, we're gonna have a crispy miso snapper, Asian style.
Crispy snapper. I love it.
Let's get into it. So, King, what we talking about today?
Conversation today is, am I man enough?
I gotta walk away.
Am I man enough?
So is that a question for every man?
For every man. Am I man enough? Brothers gonna sit down, vulnerable, transparent, honest conversations with some brothers, some kings, and they're gonna do it in the den.
Let's do it.
You ready? Let's go! Did you pull up?
Pulled up.
What's up, King?
How you doing?
Long time.
Yes, sir.
Long time overdue.
Long
time overdue, man.
Yes.
It's an honor, man. It's a chef.
Let's get it. What's up, chef?
baby?
Good?
Yeah,
Good to
man.
meet you, King.
No, you got something good for us.
You know who this is. You know who this is.
Yes, sir.
One of the
Yes,
most
sir.
talented ones in the game right here, boy. Thank you for coming,
man. You know that.
And you gotta be hungry.
Yeah, I am.
When you can.
I'm starving.
Well, listen, man. We've. Oh my gosh.
Look at
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. This boy's first album was a classic. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Game in the building. What's up, King? You know what
Game
all
6
this is
ball.
happening. Do y'all know each other?
Yeah, man.
Game is in the building. Game chef.
Good to meet you, brother.
What's happening? Look at him, man. One of the coldest light skinned that play basketball. What's happening, man? Legend chef right there, man. Man, a legend, man. Thank you for pulling up.
That boy is the only nigga that drove after a game to go beat up his baby mama boyfriend. Oh shit.
Man, I hope y'all are hungry.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna start eating right now.
Come, man. Listen, yeah.
Grab some more.
Grab something. Listen, I know it look pretty like you in a store, but it's good though. Let's get it. Big boy.
Come on now,
Yes.
Kirk.
How you doing, man? Honored,
brother.
Honored, man. Thank you for pulling up. You know these brothers right here, man.
Well, boy. Yes, sir.
Chef right there, man.
Man, I'm gonna love your work.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You know who that is?
Come on now, brother. Oh, everybody
You know who that
talking,
is? I promise I got real food.
Okay.
I promise I did not bring you over here just for that.
I'm with it, man.
I promise I will not let you down for that, but you can grab whatever you want.
Let me just see what you're working with right here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Drum roll.
here he is.
What's up, Pastor?
What's up, sir?
What's up with you, loved one?
What's going on, man?
I'm all great.
You know these brothers in
Come on, man.
here?
This is family right here.
What's
See
going on
what's
right
going
now? Man, this is great. This is beautiful.
What a dog.
What up, big?
You, my dog.
Bro,
Big.
man, thank y'all for pulling up, man. We're going to have a good time today. That's right. Thank you for being the only one that was, I don't know why they're trying to be nice with that, man, but grab something.
Well, you the only one that got munchies.
He's the only one that got munchies.
You see, dog came in like,
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
I love it. Listen, man, we got some good food for y'all. Man, I'm honored. Thank y'all for coming, man. This is a great honor. Y'all are legends, and it's, man, it's a blessing. I'm humble for y'all to be, man, but before we get to eat, man, we got good food. We're gonna sit down, have some great conversation, but before we do that, man, you know what? since you like praying for everybody, since you like doing those little prayers, since you want to be funny, since you want to be funny, you want to be funny to say with your little TV show, making fun of me in your prayer. Would you? Yeah.
No, really, you said you caught that?
Yes.
You caught that, huh?
Do some favor, man. Would you mind saying grace over the food for me, brother?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
All right, right now?
Probably do that.
All right,
Right now.
Let's go.
Lord, thank you for our food.
Yes, Lord.
And thank you for the animals and the fruit and the seasoning. And bless the chef. And bless us for being here as well.
Yeah.
Thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I like you. You can go to my family reunion. You quick. I like you.
Man, listen, you know what? Since we all in this church spirit, man, do me a favor before we get started, man. Look at the king next to you and just say, King.
King.
Love you, man.
Love you, man.
Love you, man.
Hold on. Watch one more time. Say, King.
King.
We're going to help some people today.
We're going to help some people today.
King.
King.
Let's sit down.
Let's sit down.
So we can be eye to eye with our brother Kirk. Let's go.
Bring me a McDonald's baby chair.
This is probably one of the most incredible moments for me. Just the legends and the careers that y'all have had and the greatness that y'all bring to this moment is amazing. You know, I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys working it out in your schedule just to help me, just help us, right? You know, and y'all have done that in your own lives in so many ways. And just the conversation about being a man in 2025 is so complex, right? And so many people's identity of what it is to be strong, what it is to be sensitive, what it is to be vulnerable, what it is to be real and honest. It's not always easy when you live in a space as a man, no matter what your career is, right? No matter what your experience, you're always questioned and judged, and people want to deconstruct everything about our process. But you know, man, talking about man enough, my father-in-law just passed. Just about a week ago. Incredible man, was alpha male, big dude. He knew I didn't have a daddy, so he stepped in when I got married when I was about 25. And I'll never forget, Kings, he, you know, I'm a very sensitive man. You're like, it don't take much for me to cry. I was adopted by a woman, so, you know, I'm very in touch with my femininity as a man. And I remember a moment I was going through something, and I leaned in on him to cry because I just wanted to just kind of feel that moment, to just lean on a man's shoulder and just cry. And he's a big dude like y'all, and I caught the image of him in the window, and I'm crying on him, and he's like, he's trying to figure out how to hug, because you could tell that wasn't natural for him to be trying to hug me. And it's like, and I found out that, you know, his daddy didn't teach him how to cry. Right, you know, like being vulnerable was not part of that generation, and so he was not necessarily able to tap in the way that I was hoping he could tap in to kind of feel my pain. And I want to ask y'all, man, when was the last time something in life, something good, something bad, something difficult, that you were able to tap into that moment where you shed some tears? Or were you taught as a young man to not shed tears?
Yeah, I would say we just had this conversation on our show with Jason Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the discussion, literally, it's been almost 30 years for me. You know, and I mean, within that time, I lost my mom, been divorced.
Wait a minute, you say 30 years for what?
Since I've cried.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since
I don't know. I think we live in a society now that it is okay for black men to express their feelings, but we didn't come from that. That's new. Our kids are in this. We came crying as a sign of weakness, toughen up, you know, get over it, man up, whatever the saying used to be where you were from, but crying wasn't accepted. So that's something, one thing is funny, like literally talked about it in counseling, talked about it on the show, that I've been trying to really unleash, because I know everybody needs a good cry. I just haven't had one in, man, probably 30 years.
Not even like the birth of your children or anything?
Nah, like just excitement, happiness, but like an actual cry. You know, I haven't, you know, like I said, in that time, I've had amazing experiences with the birth of children, and obviously unfortunate with the loss of my mom, and divorce and everything that comes along, retirement. There's a lot of opportunities, I think, but they just never, losing Kobe. There's a lot of different things. Losing Nip. There's a lot of different things you would think that would make you tap into stuff like that, but it just never really happened. I'm looking for, hopefully it's a joyful cry. That's what,
That's what it's gonna be.
God willing. Yeah.
Let me ask you, Game, for you to be in the same career space as somebody that you looked up to and to know all of the images that y'all have to be accepted in the world that you come from, and you've been excellent at what you've done for a minute. How did it feel? How does it feel for you to know that somebody in your world shares that level of emotion?
For me, so me and Dog, we met outside before I became, me. We met, I was on Langershon getting some gas, and Dog was getting some gas. Of course, he was with, his guys, and protected and loved. He had his, all his guys, as he should be. It's Snoop Dogg. And me, I was in a Monte Carlo, just getting some gas, man. Trying to, go to the studio.
You cried to Casper.
And I asked Dog, I was like, hey, man, I just went for it. I was like, hey, man, I got a song I want you to get on. And he was like, what's your name? And I was like, man, they call me Game. And I said, I met you when Minister Farrakhan was speaking at the Coliseum, a few years ago, like a year ago. And I told you then, he didn't remember, and I knew he wasn't gonna remember. But that day, man, we went across the street to Rodney Jerkins' studio. Rodney Jerkins was letting me use the studio to record. Dog came right there, man, got on the song, and that blew my mind. And it was, it burst me, because after that I was like, damn, like I'm talking about across the street in the moment. We did the song, and that was it. But Dog, man, he know what it is with me. I've been, of course, it's Snoop, right? So we all grew up watching Snoop, but his thing, he always been vulnerable. And so I always knew that I could be vulnerable from the gate. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my emotions, it's like, like Matt said, my daddy I got beat down if a tear fell. Let a tear fall, and we all got beat down. My dad had this thing, it was a bread holder called the Board of Education. He would drill holes in it. God rest his soul. I got my favorite.
No, is it good?
With my pops.
You never saw Casper?
He gave me one of those ultimatums. He said, well, when you feel like you there, we're going in the backyard. So I turned 19.
And what'd you do?
We went in the backyard, but I already knew he had bad knees.
Wait a minute, hold on. You went in the backyard to do what?
I told him I was ready.
For what?
For the fade.
Okay. I'm not trying to be funny, but can somebody explain to me what the fade is?
Yeah, he told me ever since I was little, when I got to that point, I was ready to, throw them hands and give retribution for everything I felt he did to me. We can go in the backyard. So one day, he was, I think he was watching Coming to America, something in his room, laid out, had his little Levi Daisy Duke shorts on. Back in the day, the pops used to wear the fro. I was about 19, and I was like, I'm ready. And he already knew. He was like, oh, he got up quick. We went in the backyard, and I got my one.
That's all we need is one.
How did he respond to you?
Oh, he lost. And all jokes aside, he didn't like that. And we didn't speak for maybe like 2 weeks. He couldn't deal with that. He couldn't believe he lost. But I knew he had bad knees and he was a little slower. And I mean, this is young. I'm the tallest person in my family. So I was there. I was ready, and I was quick.
So damn, man, I got a question for you, bro, man. When you hear about that generation always encouraging us as men to hold that back, looking at our generation, how old are you, D?
54.
You're 54. Okay, so I mean, you're close same age. Do you think that helped us or hurt us?
I think it hurt us, really. I mean, because, a lot of us have like daughters and stuff, and if you can't really be like emotional with your daughter or your kids or something like that, then I think you're missing out.
Yes.
And you're missing out on teaching them how to be, you know what I mean? I didn't have like no father or nothing like that, so my mother just raised me, so I cried all the time. And if she cried, I cried, like period, you know what I mean? So I grew up with a lot of emotion, you know what I mean? There wasn't no like father to tell me not to do this or man up. I ain't never been told man up or none of that, you know what I mean? My My mother she was the father and the mother.
Wow.
You know what I mean? She was both, whatever, as best as she could be. You know what I mean? So,
Do you think that being able to tap into that type of emotion for you as a man, do you think it helped you?
yeah, I think so, because I wouldn't probably be doing what I'm doing now, you know what I mean, if I didn't feel. And also, I think it helps you with just being in certain places.
Drone screen coming soon, though.
If I feel like I shouldn't be in this room, I'm out. You know what I mean? It's like it's the same. It's a feeling you tap into. That's like if I go somewhere and it feel weird, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? It's that same feeling that you have when you're watching a movie or you fall in love or whatever. That's why that tripped me out when you said that. You was like, you ain't cried in 30 years. I was like,
well, hey, so I had, not to cut you off, but I had reservations about it, and then while we sitting here in real time, I thought about it, and I thought like, his skin could just be a little bit tougher than everybody's, and that's not a bad thing. But then your oldest, your son's a what? 16. It's 16. So for me, dog, and for me and dog especially, and I don't know if you have kids or how old they are, but I think your moments are high school graduation, college graduation, weddings and stuff like that. Like, and you got a daughter?
I got all boys.
Oh yeah, so there you go again. But see, that's that daughter thing. Like my daughter, if I sit here and I think about her too long, I'm gonna.
But I think to add to what you're saying, though, is I think obviously it helped you, but for me, I think it helped me not to, but also hindered me in ways now that I'm seeing at my age, where I have walls up, or I'm not empathetic enough, or not emotional enough. So, again, living in a society now where having these conversations, this wasn't a conversation 20 years ago, but having these type of conversations now makes you see like he's always done it, so he's more open to things. I've rarely done it since I was a child, so I'm more closed off in that area where I don't want to be closed off no more. Like as I get, I'm 45 now, like, and I have kids, so I want to be able to open up and really emotionally feel these experiences that I haven't had in a long time. So that's why when you say kid-wise, I'm excited about that.
You don't strike me as emotionless or hardcore or closed heart. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my bad.
No.
What's wrong? No, I didn't dug in. That was natural.
I'm saying like you don't strike me, and I know you. Like, you don't strike me as somebody that's just so hardcore. You're probably not a crier, but I know that there's an emotion there.
Snoop wants the fish, chef.
You know?
Bring that back.
Yeah.
I take the fish too.
Yeah.
That was the jerk chicken. No jerk chicken.
Yeah.
Bring me the fish, man.
Oh, no. Game on it. Game on it.
Double up. Okay, there we
Game
go.
a big boy. Game is a big boy.
Double up.
Game is a big boy.
Hey, Game, they got grits on there too.
Yeah. Finish, little big boy.
No, I was just saying that with Matt, it doesn't feel like there's a close off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like, oh, he's heartless or he can't be emotional. You're not a crier.
I need it.
But with me, man, like the same. 7 of us is single parent.
I watch everything.
Yeah, my mom was everything to us, so I always been kind of emotional. Like I cried today. You know what I'm saying? Literally talking with my wife and my daughter. And we were talking about something, and I remember I just looked and I saw, I have a picture of my brother. And I'm looking at these pictures of my brother, and it's one of the pictures where he was in his casket. So I can cry, but also we come from a place, man, where even nowadays, there's these enoughs that we as men, as black men, you gotta be street enough, hardcore enough, corporate enough, daddy enough, hard enough, sensitive enough. I think there's a lot of enoughs that we have on us that other people don't have.
And when you say we, or
us,
to my black men.
Yes.
Now,
and people got their own enoughs.
Now give us some more of that. I think that's
I was
good. Give us
even black enough.
Yeah. There's black enough. And I think now, man, that there's so many different avenues for communication that you can sit and, congregate with different people now. Like how we were saying, you couldn't talk about your emotions at one point. You couldn't talk about even therapy. People didn't say, oh, I'm going to therapy. It was a shrink.
Crazy.
Yeah, you're going to a head doctor, a shrink, oh, he crazy. And now therapy just comes up where it's like, man, you're in therapy. Oh, yeah, my therapist said that.
How do y'all feel about that now? How do you feel nowadays that so many of us are now opening themselves up to going to therapy and talking about their health and their mental and emotional state?
Maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago, where athletes started saying, hey, I may be in the NBA, I may have all this money, but I need help.
How was that? You know what? I would love to know from you, since you...
Well, I think it was great, and not to cut you off, because I feel like obviously we're all in a place of influence from what our professions have been, and when we say stuff, it moves people, and we can say it as a parent and go one in our kid's ear and out the other, but if Snoop talks to the twins, it's gonna, oh shit, my dad said that, but Snoop said it, so you know what I mean? Yeah. So I just think when people like Paul George and Kevin Love and DeMar DeRozan came out and said, hey, this life is great, but I'm hurting. I'm still struggling inside. I think it kind of gave people, well, damn, if NBA champ, or he's made this much money or played this long, if they can admit it, I think it just really kind of opened up the door for people to start. And those are just two examples, or those are examples that I saw. I'm sure there's been other examples, but when athletes are looked at as superheroes, and if a superhero can say, hey, it's okay to ask for help, or hey, it's okay to cry, or if Snoop or Game or Big Boy, if his president, or on the comedy stage, if we letting people know, hey, it's okay to do this, people are like, oh, okay, well, it is okay. And I think, that's why I've been through so much shit, whether it be split ups or whatever it may be, but I've never shied away from me, because I feel like when I talk or my experience is shared, although it may be messed up with me, or it might have been a bad move or decision on my part, I know I'm helping a lot of other people have these conversations in their home with their children or whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say about you, but you just said it yourself. It's like your platform, and I've been tuned in since the beginning, and I've seen where it has transcended to, in current day. And I mean, you allow people to come on and be vulnerable, people whose stories, who didn't win championships or who didn't go as far as the Jordans and the Pippins, but who made an impact in the league, different athletes and different entertainers. You have a platform, you and Stack, where y'all allow people to be vulnerable. And I'm saying that every episode, even the one I was on, like, y'all allow me to be me. So even, after the cameras, stop rolling and the lights turn off, you might have to have a moment with Matt, maybe in the car when you get home, and pull from that platform. You know what I'm saying? Because you provide counsel, you provide a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can take from that. So between that and as your boys get older and older and older, like you can just tap into that. It's just like with me. I was told if you cry, what's gonna happen after that? So for me, I tell my kids, look, have your moment. How long you need? I ask them. I talk to them in real time. How long you need? And then they start thinking about it. Well, damn, how long do I want to be crying before I receive this assistance? My daughter may be like, I need a day. Take a day, get your emotions off. Tomorrow we not doing no crying. Tomorrow we not doing no crying. Yeah, because I need both. I need you to have both. Get it all out, so then we can have a real conversation. Because I can't sit there and advise you while you huffing and puffing. Because we're not going to get anywhere like that, and that's just not how I parent. But I do parent wholeheartedly. I want you to get all your emotions out. Don't hide nothing from me. Well, I tell my daughter, she's 15. If it's a guy you like, I want to know his name. I want to talk to him, and I want to guide you through that. And I want to make sure that his parents know to guide him through that. So if y'all, like each other, she only allowed to like. We can't use the boyfriend word yet. I told her, look, I said, hey, once you get to 12th grade and it's time to start talking about prom and all that, then you can introduce me to Jake or Jack or whoever it is. But right now, focus on school. If you like a boy, y'all go to the Orange County Fair and chill and all that. If I meet the parents. But I say all that to say, I just want my kids to love and trust me. I don't want there to be any secrets with me and my parenthood. That's not, because I couldn't get those emotions off. My mom was tough, my daddy was tough. And my mom was from Hoover, my daddy was from Nutty Block, and they was both crippin', and you couldn't.
Those are gangs.
Oh, yeah.
Right. What chapter is
hold on. What chapter?
What chapter? I like those. They don't sell those anymore. Those little Nutty Blocks.
Well, God rest my father's soul. I couldn't go lean on him. It was a brick wall. And then, if I thought I was about to go climb on my mama's shoulder, she was like, nah. Still to this day.
She was even harder.
My mama harder than my dad to this day.
How did you feel, Dion, the first time you ever showed that level of emotion around a woman in your life and she made you feel covered? Did she make you feel covered, or did you feel weak in front of her?
I think she made me feel weak. She was like, I think I confessed my love to this girl a long time ago. I was like nervous and really like, man, I really like you. And she was like, just looking at me like what you shaking for and shit? Like, she was like, yeah, I'm good.
Did you have a note that you was reading through it? Baby?
Like when you doing this routine, I love you, no? No, okay.
I just want to say sorry now if I laugh and you say some serious shit and I laugh. Yeah. 'Cause I just know watching you, some funny shit is coming.
Is it hard to be serious? You know how some people, we're so used to seeing you laugh and be the icebreaker and be the comic relief. Does it throw people off? Because I get it sometimes. With what I do, I get people that'll say, man, are you all right? If I'm quiet because they're so used to my radio show and being funny and all that kind of stuff.
No, I let down a lot of people.
Yeah.
They meet.
See?
No, for real. They meet me and I'm just quiet. And they just be like, why you ain't throwing no pies in your face? And why you ain't acting silly? And it's like, nah. See, when it comes to comedy, well, at least with me learning is what my whole material is about. If I'm too busy talking, I can't learn. And I'd rather shut up, learn people worlds, learn what they going through, what they doing. And there might be something in there that I can talk about on stage or whatever. But if I'm too busy cracking jokes and shit, then, you know, I'm not learning. You know, so I let down a lot of people. They'll come around and they just be like, why are you so serious? And I'll be like, I'm not, I'm just chilling.
You know what I want to ask him, big boy, and I can ask you as well, or just any of y'all, is for him to show his emotion for the first time to a girl and to be vulnerable like that and it didn't turn out the best way. Sometimes I wonder, do women understand the type of power that they can either give us or take from us when we show these moments of vulnerability and they don't know how to respond to it?
Sometimes, like when I was in my 20s and my 30s, it was just an exchange. You know what I'm saying? It was, hey, I'm giving you this, we having our moment, and then I'm gonna get back to my life, you get back to yours. No emotions because you're young. Everybody got their whole life ahead of them. When you get in your 40s, man, you start feeling like you womanized, and I'm taking emotions home with me, or she's taking emotions out the door with her if you are, you know, living that type of lifestyle. And I'm like not sleeping good after that because I feel like I had no pure intentions for this person, and this person is also late, you know, 30s or, you know, mid 30s, and they got a life. And so like when you got, you know, when you're young and you're dealing with a young woman, ain't nobody tripping. It's all good. But when you're older and you know that woman has trauma from her past relationship and all of that, and you know, dinner is cool, going out on a date is cool, but then once you start getting intimate with people and you know for sure that they are invested in you even a little bit, and you know you have no, you know you ain't talking to this person after tomorrow, man. You carry like, you know,
you start feeling it. Shit you didn't care about before, or feelings you never even thought or worried about. It's crazy.
And then we don't. And then guess what? We don't even talk. We don't have nobody to talk to that about. So we got to.
And I get mad.
Who can you talk to?
Yeah.
Who can you be vulnerable with?
Well,
like
if I just took advantage of someone's emotions, right? And Matt is my boy, and he did the same thing a week ago. We ain't talking about that. We like, what's up, bro? Looking good.
What if Matt is feeling the same feeling, and maybe you saying, and again, I'm talking hypothetically. I don't know, but you know, maybe see one thing that I do envy about y'all's generation, or just the community of professional artists and entertainers, is that y'all create like y'all's own fraternity. Yeah. And I love that. Now, you know, like in my world, we don't have fraternities like that. Like, you know, like when you tell my brothers that have passed that really hurt you, or things that you guys have had a chance to do, you know, like y'all have a brotherhood that I've always envied. So you're saying that even in the brotherhood, is it difficult to still have a place where you can trust, like, I'm gonna give this guy in my life the 100? How important is trust for us as men?
As men, I think it reigns supreme. and reign supreme. Because how about just flip it? How many men, especially men of color, go out behind, disloyal, dishonest, and people, non-trustworthy people? How many lives have been lost?
But
how many?
I'm more of a, as I age, I'm more quality than quantity. Like, I don't need a gang of homeboys. I don't need to have a lot of people around me. I just rather, I've done that. And I think that's the same thing when you speak about, and Matt, you're thinking about things that you never thought about before. There's just this thing that you tap into when you so-called to get a little bit older. You just tap into different emotions. And I tell people, I say, man, life with these decades is crazy. Yes. Like, if you just go 10 to 20, right? My son is 18. But in 10 to 20, we went through elementary school, middle school, high school, and started some college. My 20 to 30, so it's all learning. My 20 to 30, I was, a bodyguard for a rap group, The Far Side. As far as sitting down, I had different kind of past as well. I got a radio gig. I had my first real relationship that didn't last, but also that whole decade, I lost my mom. Everything from 20 to 29. So when you get a little older, I think you start to feel and look look at things a little bit
well, I think
different.
Prioritize too, because if you're feeling and worried about the same shit you was worrying about at 20, at 40, you haven't evolved.
You need to get your ass off the porch.
You know what I mean? It was just, it was funny because I went out for the, on the 5th of July was the first time I went out in LA in almost 8 or 9 years. And I'm just like, but you understand, I was in the NBA and I ripped and ran these streets. I went to UCLA. But as I'm 45 now, just prioritizing it and wants are different. And to your point, what you said about my intentions are pure, but like I said, at the same time, it's not always, like you said, feelings happen. And you start looking at yourself like, I know I don't really want anything out of this. And instead of just earlier in the 20s, 30s, you might have just kept it moving with her. It's just like, you're right.
Now that there's so much.
That's true, because like, now, when I was 21, I wasn't worried about that shit I was worried about. Now, when I was 21, it was just woman, money, clothes, cars. That's it. Now that I'm older, it's like, damn, I want the family. I want all that shit like that.
Public scrutiny or everything that you do. Like, back in the days when we were growing up, if your mom or somebody, you made a mistake, you made the mistake. Now, each and every person that's sitting here, we probably saw something about us on social media, either the way that we look, parent. It's always somebody inserting themselves into your private lives. Is it different now that social media plays a part? Like, I know about your situation. We had private conversations, but social media now as well. Everybody's in your business.
Gift and the curse.
Yeah, the gift and the curse.
That pays you.
I don't really like pay attention. I mean, I pay.
You do
pay
be on
attention.
social media, nigga. I watch you on that DJ, roller skating.
I be on like people talking like stuff about you or whatever. Like, you see it, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. The thing about now,
I saw you wearing an outfit. I thought you killed it.
What?
It was some flare pants, and they got you.
Yeah, they burnt me, torched me.
What happened?
To smithereens.
Damn, what happened?
I had this Gucci bell-bottom suit that I wore, right? And that white boy from One Direction, I forgot his name, he had the same suit on, right? Was praised in GQ magazine and everything, right? I put it on, and woo, they was like, this
but that's the enough
gay mother.
Yeah,
those are the enough.
It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough or something.
I have a question, even with that big boy, how do y'all feel that all of that, because when you do have to pay attention, even when you're not trying to pay attention, like it's almost like being in a room that you may not be doing something in, but whoever's doing something in the room, you still become impacted by it, right? How do you think that is affecting us as black men when it comes to our mental health? Always even having to downplay what somebody's saying about you, or trying to fight yourself to not lean into it or worry about it. You know, think about it, man. You know, like life is already hard enough.
Yeah, but look, black people are so hard on black people.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it blows
like
my
crabs in a
mind
bucket.
sometimes. Why do we already know what we're going through, just in America, but we add stress to our, like we so hard on each other, man. It's ridiculous.
I don't worry, and I can't speak for everyone, I don't worry about us because we're set in our ways. We've been through so much, the shit bounces. I worry about our kids.
Yeah.
Because like you said, to Big's point, we got to fuck up privately.
Yeah.
Some of us, it came a little earlier than others, but for the most part, social media wasn't a part of our growing pains.
I couldn't imagine today.
You know what I mean?
Like,
So
I
that's
look at my kids, and I'm like, it's totally different. Like bullying, when you went to school, if you got bullied to about 8 to 2 o'clock. Now it's 24 hours on social media. Now it's being shared. Now, like, it's a different world going
But you
on.
saying that just brought me back to my pops and you know, our era, even the eras before me with you and Dog, where he was like, don't cry, right? And you know, if you cry, like, that stuff don't affect me because of that. So it had its pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? Because if my son sees somebody talking about him crazy on the internet, man, he get emotional about that.
And I do think it's important for people watching that this is not something that is exclusive to people that may have a position or maybe popular, that the things we're talking about, just this black man, everyday black man thing. And I think that even listening to y'all, it's just so inspiring to hear that even though y'all have been on some of the biggest stages in the world, that in that private space, you still have to navigate, how am I gonna be a daddy? How am I gonna deal with my emotions? How am I gonna deal? And a lot of times, unfortunately, as men, we don't always get the real estate to figure out how we're gonna deal with our emotions. And sometimes we kind of fall into the things that have kind of been the same cycles that we struggle with throughout millennia, whether, you know, you try to find your space through, like, one thing I wanted to ask y'all, if y'all have experienced this, is I think that one of the biggest misconceptions for women about men is that women think that when it comes to them, we're always looking for them, that it's always the end result has to be sexual. Women don't realize that the power that they have to be able to say something encouraging to us, just to tell us they believe in us, just to tell us that they think that we can make it, that those little words for men can be as pleasing often as the physical touch.
Yeah, I just like feminine energy.
Me too. Me too.
It don't really have nothing to do with sex. It's just, I just like them around. Like, they just, it's a calmness, it's a calmness that I kind of
Do you think that's because men, you were raised by our mamas?
Maybe, because, I mean, you bring that up, yeah, probably. Just, I'm comfortable around women, you know? I mean, I'm comfortable around my guys and stuff, but it's just a different feel, you know what I mean?
Kirk, do you think you missed anything?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Because my mom raised me, right? And now that I'm a dad, I'm wondering, like, did I miss anything? And I went and did
From
some
who you mean?
Say it again?
That you wonder if you missed what?
If like say for instance, like, if you missed having your dad in the household, you know, you can't miss what you never had, but you do miss it. And I remember I went to counseling at a place called the Hoffman Institute a few years ago, right? And I never had the daddy thing. Like, man, we like this because of my dad. We were homeless because my dad was here. My mom didn't even say those kind of things. So I never had that miss my dad. I never had that, it's, you know, take your dad to school day kind of thing. I never missed him. And so I went and I did some therapy, right? And you took these 25 cards, one of the sessions where you take 25 cards and you write down these patterns that you got from your mom. And I wrote down the 25 patterns, and then it was like, oh, you know, take 25 cards for your dad. And I told my teacher, I said, you know, I don't know my dad, so I don't have any patterns. And he was like, write something down for your dad. He comes back around, I have these blank cards still. I'm like, I don't have anything from my dad. I have no patterns that I got from my dad. So then he said, well, now I know through your paperwork your dad wasn't there. What did you miss? And dude, at like 52 years of age, I'm like, I do have patterns from my dad. I had to teach my son how to stand up and urinate. Nobody else could like that. Like I'm the dad. So I find myself being over dad sometimes because I didn't have that. And with you, did you feel like there were some things without having your dad in your household that either you overcompensated for, or how does a dad become a dad?
Gotcha. Well, mine was even pressed even more because I was adopted, so I didn't have a mama I didn't have a mama or a daddy, right? And my therapist told me that I have what's called attachment disorder. Is that they said that every child should lay at the breast of their mother, and a child that doesn't give a chance to lay at the breast of their mother has a hard time connecting with things. And so I have a hard time sometimes really going to the deeper level of things because I was never told, and I'm not trying to play out the violin because I know Snoop, you said, man, you'll cry quick. I'm like you on that. Brother, I'll cry quick. Is that, I was never told that I was gonna be something. Like I never was told I was good. I was never told you're gonna be something. So I'm always looking for that level of approval and acceptance. And for me, it was very hard for me to differentiate the difference between love and sex. How old were you guys when you got to the place where you were able to understand the difference between love and sex?
Before we answer, can you answer that?
Reverse Uno.
Your son sat down and peed?
No, he was a kid. You know, like, yeah. Like, there you go.
No, you said you told me.
No, you know when you first sit down, you potty train. And then, do you have any kids? You ever say, yeah. So they potty train him first. Yeah. I love how he came back minutes later. Like, he was over there like... And he took a serious moment, too.
I just couldn't let that pass.
No.
Sorry, brother.
No, don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it. This motherfucker. I love that he held on to it like. He was probably sitting there like, nobody gonna ask?
And in his defense, man, when you sit down for number two, you get a little off,
He's sitting there wondering the whole time.
I
Your
think
son
that,
sit down to pee.
man, that is a great question. It's because I think that you.
Remember the question, love and sex, when did he realize the difference?
When did I really? Well, of course, I've been married for a long time, but I even see how not being whole and understanding a lot, it traveled with me even through my marriage. It did, and then I like let me tell you how dumb I was, bro, and not having a father or mentor. Like even in church, I didn't, like just because you're in church, some stuff in church you gotta relearn. Because some stuff you learn, because some stuff is not the good programming. Right. Because some stuff is very religious and dogma. So I thought, bro, like no cap, I thought getting married was even going to help my porn addiction. I was 25 years old and I thought getting married was going to help fix me. It's because I didn't want to be living in sin and all of that. And I thought it was going to, and I found out, right after I said I do, it's like, it didn't fix those things. So I had to really go through these journeys that I can still find myself on. It's because I'm still trying to divorce the love I never got from my mama, and that everybody becomes a victim of what I didn't have.
So this is where it's about to get real. So basically, porn for me, I've never been addicted to porn, but I've used porn to suppress the urge, right? Because if I watch me a good porn, and I come from the, Jake Steve, black cheerleader, number 97. Oh yeah,
Hey, Jake Steve,
Jake Steve. Hey.
Can you tell me what y'all talking about? Having no difference.
Hey, so
Jake Steve was a porno star, man.
So what I'm saying is, I found myself as an adult, like, you know what? I'm not gonna cheat on my girl today. I'm just watching porn because I know I'm gonna get my rocks off watching the porn, and then after I watch the porn, yeah, not today, man.
Okay, all right.
Come on, man. Hey, Dion, get him. No, but after, you know, I watch the porn, get my rocks up, I don't be thinking about no woman. You know what I'm saying? For about a week, 2 weeks. So sometimes that works. Other times is that, you know, I always throw it to Matt, because, you know, we came up in the same circle. It's like, sometimes you be thinking you want to have sex with a woman so bad, one that's not your girl or your main or whatever, right? And then you do it, and as soon as you done, you like, damn, how do I get her out of here? Damn, I feel so bad. Where's my girl? When a woman, whether it be my girl or a woman I've dated in the past, tell me that, you know, you ain't shit, or, you know, this ain't right, they ain't never lied to me. It's all about accountability once you face yourself. Right. Once you face yourself, or once you face God, or once you look in the mirror, I can't, you know, when you're doing that, when you live in that type of lifestyle, I'm not even in the mirror that long, because I'm too real with myself. Because I start,
better than you.
Exactly. So I look in the mirror and be like, damn, nigga, you anxious, and get on. Because I'm ducking that fade with the mirror, because these people all the time, man, like, accountability is a motherfucker, man.
When did you learn the difference between love and sex?
40?
I was gonna say, I think, again, we've kind of moved. I've been able to separate. For a long time, it was just sex for me. If it wasn't my girl, it was just sex for me. And there was no, well, how you must love. I'm like, no, I don't love her. It was just sex for me.
Hey, yo, my kid's mama, about 5-6 years ago, started on a regular basis. She starts saying this to me. She starts saying, nigga, you 40 and you still fucking bitches? Like, straight up. And I would just be like, ignore her, right? But then I get home, I'll be like, damn, nigga, you 40 and you still fucking bitch? Like, you still writing them down? You still trying to keep up? You know,
Yo,
so
wow.
as
How did that? Jeez, like, how did you process that though?
At first, it was just like, you know, whatever. But again, once you get home and you catch that fade with yourself, and you laying down and you about to send out a text, a WYD or a hey, you start feeling, let me just turn this Xbox on and let me see what's up with my kids or something like that. So it's like, you know, and then accountability, age, wisdom, if you care about yourself. Yeah. Now, if you don't care about yourself, you know, there is no elevation. But if you get to a point where you're at this stage in your life, you're 45 or you 50 and shit like that, and you love yourself.
Once again, I'm gonna lay mine out just so y'all know y'all not by yourself. My wife deserved a different kind of Kirk. She deserved it.
Agreed.
And just like dog, she might not have Kirk at all if you didn't have your selfish moment either. She might have been somebody else's different type of nice man's wife.
I think one of your specials were you passing, and what was your special when you should have been passing, and you just different levels where you in your life?
I said a woman, she got they get in relationships and on the level that they are in life, you know, but that's just the level. Like, that guy is good for that level, not life.
You always got Twitter, though.
You should be like, I gotta keep moving up. I gotta keep growing.
I like
you know
that.
What I mean? And if he don't grow with you, then you gotta
grow apart.
Yeah.
And I also think too, to piggyback off that, because I just saw something that was crazy, like the divorce rate for professional athletes is above 70%. So that's why when he said it, I agree to an extent, but a lifestyle is completely different, because would you ever invest your money in a company that's going to fail 7 out of 10 times? No one will. You know what I mean? The normal divorce rate is above 50%. So it's just like, to me, I encourage the twins both had their first love and in a respectful way, trying to understand, like, there's levels to this. You have goals and aspirations. She may be everything to you at this moment. And I'm not telling you to do nothing drastic, but just understand you're going from high school to college and then wherever life takes you after that. So just understand that everything there, and it reminded me of his comedy special. It's just like there's levels where you should be growing and moving and just all that kind of.
I got a 2-part question for Matt. And I know you're not married, but athletes in general have always wanted this, because I do know the percentage of divorces in sports. I always felt like to become a professional athlete, you got to be good at what you do, like from a young age. And you know, you got the youth football league. I know you've been playing basketball your whole life.
Yeah, but you got to be good at what you do too, to do what you've done too.
But I'm talking about
not even that. You got
to be
more
a professional athlete,
most
to make it to the NBA, the NFL.
Okay,
they don't have.
That's a lot of dedication on the basketball court. Less social skills because you've been really playing this sport your entire life. So once you get up there and you get into a relationship, you might not have had the time the dog or game had to be with the girls and all that, because after school, 3 o'clock, I was over here. You know, hey, what's up? And you was at practice till 7, go home, take a shower.
That's true.
And
you got to be disciplined. That's why I say you got to be disciplined to make it.
I think the question is,
so that for somebody that
is it possible
for somebody that actually played football and went to college for it, somebody that actually played football and went to college for it, you got to be disciplined as fuck. Like, I got homeboys that's in the NFL that made it there and that's NFL today, but they were disciplined. They was after practice, they was the ones that going home studying and just chilling. Me, on the other hand, I was partying, doing all this shit, and then football became not fun for me no more, so I stopped. So you really got to be disciplined with that jump, bro, for real. Not just good, because there's people that's out here that was probably better than LeBron, never made it because they weren't disciplined.
That with
yes,
all that
I am now
disconnect, you know, in young athletes' lives, like, you know, from the time that they're young, when, you know, you go to the I like a girl stage, you just don't have time, all the way to the NBA, right? And your season takes you away for how many?
8 months.
8 months out of 12. Look, so again, you're only home for home games, and it's quick because you're back on the road. So after 17 years of being married to somebody and being a professional athlete, how well do you guys know each other on a day-to-day basis? Because then when you retire and you come home every single day, y'all ain't in 18 years, y'all ain't been with each other every day.
Yes.
What does that look like?
And then on top of that, we messing up the road. They get in a routine without us around.
Exactly.
So they coming in messing up their routine with the kids' schedule and bedtime and plays and practice and all this. That's a good question.
And when you get to the arena every day, when he gets to the arena every day, you got a routine. People waiting at your beck and call. Your foot ain't feeling right. You got somebody massaging your shoulders every day. Then when you get home,
game. Listen, I struggle, and I be in my mind feeling insecure and feeling all down the way I see my 4 kids treat their mama. Like, man, they will call their mama almost every day, and the way they love on their mama. And sometimes I be like, I paid for everything, whatever. But I gotta look, because what you said, I have to humbly submit to it. I'm gone. She wiping snot and vomit. She up doing the woo-woo, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? Like I'm on the road, I'm gone. And I've got to submit to the fact that I will never win their heart like she does. And I've got to humble myself to that.
You know what I did, Kirk?
But it ain't easy.
You know what I did, Kirk? When I realized that that's what my wife was, I started putting her on the front page.
I know, I seen when you did it, I seen when it started too.
And I used to always keep her on the back page, and when she started, when I started to see what she meant to me and how she's my foundation, I put her on.
You step back.
Yes,
I seen
get out the way and let her.
But very intentional, though.
Very intentional.
You to finish, but because you were about to.
No, I was just saying, you know, my personal experience was, you know, I retired in year 15, the first year into a 3-year deal. I won a championship with Golden State, had 2 more years under my deal, but retired for the moment you were talking about. I wanted to be more present. I wanted to be able to take them to school. I wanted to be able to make lunches. I wanted to be able to make dinner. I wanted to be able to be at their first.
You know what I call that?
I wanted to be able to
call that the Lennox
be
Lewis.
their coach.
That's the Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis didn't wait till he couldn't speak, or he had, you know, he had CTE. He was like, you know what? I'm still the champ. I'm good. I'm gonna get out of here now. And so that's the thing.
Because you can't get none of this back. All the time we missed with our kids, my twins in particular, all the times I missed, and once they got older, they were able to start traveling with me and coming on the plane and coming to the hotels and missing school. But there was just times where I missed the first of so many different things.
Should a man wait? Do you think that?
That's why. To me, it's just different levels, because I feel like when I got a little bit older, I was more, because I was married in my early 30s. When he said I became a man at 37, I felt 37, 38. When I really couldn't look myself in the mirror at 40, although I was still fucking up, I was able to look myself in the mirror and understand and start taking that accountability.
I
and
think,
that
dog,
understanding.
you said it when you said it's a feeling.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't have my first son my first child until I was 38. And at that time, you meet the right person. I was ready for it career-wise, spiritually. I was ready. So I felt like that feeling, when you said it's the feeling,
Butterfly.
like, yeah, and I could tell someone, you know, to wait, but what are you waiting on? You know, if I tell you to wait, what are you waiting on specifically? If I say, hey, man, wait on that. I know people that got married to their high school sweethearts that's doing extremely well. And then I know some, hello.
Look, do you all go through this though as well? Like you're gone because you got to be on the road, you got to ball, shows, concerts, whatever, radio, whatever, and you have these shows. You got to work. You know what I mean? But then when you do come around your kid and y'all go out and you hang out, do you steal that time? Because of who you are, does it outshine the time that you have with your kid when you go out?
It feels like a weirdo.
Because everybody's on you.
Well, you know what? Not on Dan. Sometimes I feel like a weirdo because that domestic muscle. Sometimes I find myself, and I don't know how you feel like. How many kids you have? One. Like, do you sometimes feel like you're trying to fight to figure out what to say sometimes?
Yeah, it's like me and my son, if we go out or something and we hang in, somebody like, hey, yo, man, let's take a picture or let's something. And sometimes I can see my son just kind of like sitting there like this and shit. Like,
damn, nigga, don't you see I'm chilling with my dad?
And I do that, but it'd be crazy. Like, and I'm quite sure with y'all, it's got to be stupid. You know what I mean? But like, if I'm going through that, it's like, I was just wondering, like, do you all feel like you cheat your kid by not giving them?
No, I think what it is the time that you making with them, you making that time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And long as you making time, you making time. Because we make time for bullshit, but you making time for real shit. To me, the key is that you making time, and you just got to pick the right settings to take them to where you ain't dealing with that celebrityism. You can take them to places where you can lock up, and I could rent out a theater, or I could rent out Universal for a day, or, you know, certain things you could do to be like, okay, I'm finna show you what I do got as far as me being a celebrity, but it's me and you, not me being accessible to the whole game.
Do any of y'all feel like your job or what your responsibility is the provider? You know, some people just say, man, you know, this is what I do. I make the money. I make the money. As opposed, there's just sometimes where, your kids probably just need you. But sometimes we get caught up in, I make the money, this is what I'm supposed to do. And even with our kids, my kids just want that time. But you guys are travelers. I'm not a traveler.
Yeah, but Big Boy, but there's also but humbly speaking, there's a duality because you want to be able to do that, but at the same time, you also know that your kid see them shoes. You also know that your kids see this over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's keep it honest. It's like
that school that they in.
Yeah.
So you gotta go get it.
There's that duality.
I felt like I never had, real quick, I felt like I never had those issues with my kids because I'm very present, even in the midst of chaos or whatever. I felt like I've cheated my relationships. Feeling like I provide, you in a nice house, our kids go to private schools, I'm taking kids, like I've done a lot of different things where like I'm doing everything the man's supposed to be, but I'm not, it's not the time, it's not the emotional connect, it's not the empathy, sympathy, understanding. So I felt like I haven't, you know, God willing, I felt like I haven't had that with my kids, but I felt like I've shorted my relationships in my
and it was
past.
the same question
for
both sides for
I feel like
relationship as well.
You know, you guys have been married for a long time, like you said. I think that, you know, both you guys would agree when I say that it ain't no handbook on this shit. I think it's
At all.
I think balance
At
is
all,
what it
kid.
is. I think balance, because if you got a woman, she got to know that you Snoop Dogg by now. Hello. And you got to know what she needs as well. So it's like, dog got to tell himself, look, man, I've been out for a minute. I'm about to get home with wifey, put my time into her. I'm not doing no verses. I ain't doing no commercials. Like, this is what I'm on. Me and wifey, I seen you go on a vacation.
Make time.
You know, many a times.
Make time.
And so, yeah, I think it's balanced.
I was a victim of your anniversary. You remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. We had, and I've seen each person here, man. I've seen you turn down a bag to say, "Nah, big, I gotta go do this with the queen."
And I have to make that happen, because if I don't, they'll make, here's a concert, here's this. I'm like, no, how about me making some time for me and my people that I need to be around?
What age, real quick, what age did that turn on? Because I know your schedule now, it's not. Like, what
In
age
my
did
late
you start?
40s.
See?
Right where y'all at.
When do you start?
Right where y'all at right now.
Like you saying about time, I was like, yeah, I mean, I do that now. I definitely do, but early on, man, when you
We in the mix.
It's crazy how it is, how it was.
You too, everybody at this table do is incorporate family in the business.
Yes.
I see you do it a lot.
Yes.
I see your boys with you a lot. I see everybody with the family on set. They getting bigger. They get to see it. I see you doing Christmas, the grandbabies and all that. So I think, like I said, I think it's just a balance thing. And again, it all starts with the man in the mirror. You got to care as a man. I mean, us men here of all different age ranges, the youth, it all got to start with yourself, man. If you love yourself enough, then you will start making certain decisions that are selfless. I mean, that are a little bit more unselfish and like just be a better person.
But making time. I keep saying make time, because remember, we all made time for bullshit.
Yeah.
Now
It's so easy to make time for bullshit.
Yeah. And to make sure this now, when we talk about making time, though, how many of us at the table are also now, because we're in our 40s, we're in our 50s, and especially you, Dion and Big Boy, when it comes to health, when it comes to going to the doctor, we know historically black men just don't go, you know? We just don't go when it's time for that doctor to put that glove on and put that.
I just turned 45, it's time. And I've been putting that shit off since March.
Hold on. Question. I got a question though. Have you had it yet?
Sometimes you can't put it off.
Hold on.
So I had my first, so I retired in 2017. I had my first doctor's appointment 8 years out the NBA. My first doctor's appointment was 7 years. So a year ago, I had my first appointment at 44. Wow. Thankfully, blood work, everything was clean, but coming back around, I just turned 45 in March. Like, it's time to go do it. And I should it. Too busy to prioritize life.
What is that like?
Because we scared of the dentist, the doctor, the tooth fairy.
Black men think they're invincible.
Share with us your journey just with health.
Man, me personally, I just went through something that was crazy. And if I didn't go get checked out, I'd have never known.
What led you to get checked out?
Man, I just was like, I was. One thing you got to do is listen to your body.
Yes, sir.
Like, you got to listen to it. Don't sit back and be wondering and, oh, I'll put it up. Man, as soon as you feel something off, man, you go right to the doctor or whatever. And that's what it was with me. I was like kind of fatigued or whatever. And man, I was like, man, let me just go see what's happening or whatever. And I went, and they was like, and I was on production in South Africa. I was in Cape Town shooting. I got a crew of like 300, 400 people. I'm shooting every day, and I'm the lead, so I gotta be there, right? So I go to the doctor, they like this, yeah, you ain't going nowhere. And I was like, the hell I'm not. I gotta go back on set. They was like, nah. They was like, nah. I locked the door. I was in the hospital for 16 days. 16 days, dog. But so you have to, man, you gotta pay attention to that. You gotta pay attention to your body.
Game. I'm just want to ask though, where is that coming from for us as black men?
I don't know.
It all goes back to be tough, be strong, and you know we come from these. I mean, you got to go way back to, you know, I hate to throw the slavery thing back in there, but I mean, back in, you know, they took lashes and had to be a man and carry kids from here to there and had to go to work. They didn't have time to worry about if they was getting cancer on plantations and all that. They just had to work day in, day out, or else. So it's like, it's just generational, man. But like, what I wanted to say, man, I'm gonna let you, no, it's never that, man. You know I love you like cook food. The chefs cook food too, man. Hey, yo, you keep filling that water up. I'm trying to get to the lemonade, and every time my cup get down, hey, yo, chef, every time my cup get here, and I'll be right there.
Chef, let's get some new cups. Chef, can you bring us some new cups? And first of all, why does game have 3 plates?
Hey, man.
Hey, Jim, he walking and all that.
Go ahead, King.
So my defining moment, I want to share this with y'all, with all of y'all, because it happened on one day, and that's when I knew. When Chadwick Boseman died, and I read how he died, I was like, and then I went to his age, and I was like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. It ain't no more the stubborn, I hate the doctor shit and all of that. And you know, that was one of my favorite, obviously. Yeah. I was just like, and you know, to myself, I was like, nigga, if Black Panther can die, nigga, you can die. It's almost like, you know, when you little, you're like, oh, nothing can happen to Superman, Spider-Man, but like, nigga, Black Panther, like, we black. So it's like, if Black Panther can pass, you know, God rest his soul, that was the defining moment for me. I was like, yeah.
I think even just the conversation, because we'll say, oh, where did that come from? I think these kind of conversations help with the dialogue of going to do it. Like with me, Kirk, I don't know if you know, I was over 500 pounds.
Yes.
My biggest, I was 511, my biggest, I was 511 pounds.
Wow.
And I already lost weight to have the gastric bypass
You can see him in Soul Plane if you like.
Yeah, right? But,
I got a picture when I was 10,
but
he does have witnesses.
It's crazy because now, even with, you know, going to the doctor, and I've always been on now the ounce of prevention, pound of cure. And they tell you to go get these prostate exams and do these things, and that's why I have this dialogue. I know a gentleman that passed from colon cancer, and he passed from colon cancer before the age that you're supposed to get checked. And I tell people, man, with life, with me, I'm over 500 pounds, and I tell people, I say, man, everything that you do is like a credit card. You know, with me, severe morbid obesity, it's like I'm swiping it, swiping my health. So whatever comes in, whatever your thing may be that you swipe into this card, promiscuous sex, drug use, alcoholism, whatever it may be, at some point that statement's gonna come. And whatever's on that statement, you're responsible for. So with me at 500 pounds, man, I'm big boy. If I wanted to drive, I can get the bigger car. If I wanted a suit, I can get my suit made. I could accommodate being 500 pounds. And then one day it just felt like, and with me, it wasn't a light switch. It was a dimmer for me. Like with anyone here, your relationship, it's not a light switch, it's a dimmer. Knowing how it's a dimmer. So my mom passed at 57, right? Being morbid obese, I wasn't, oh, my mom passed, I gotta get my shit together. It was more of this dimmer, and then I realized, like, dude, you're gonna die. You're not gonna be here. So when I started to looking into options, and not the easy way out, because the surgery is when you have a 52 card deck, and that's that last card. And that last card was saving my life. So after I did that, that's when I learned how to eat. I learned nutrition, working out, so on and so forth. But even just this dialogue, I didn't know that you had a health scare that put you in the hospital for 16 days. These are real things that's happening to us. Yes. So having this dialogue where somebody say, hey man, I heard it from Dog, man. I heard Matt say, I heard Dion say, Big say, Kirk said, Game said. Sometimes you don't go to certain places. You look at your peers to tell you, hey man, go get that checked out. Go look at
real
that.
shit. I'm gonna schedule my. Like I said, I've been putting it off since March.
Now we going with you. We taking the cameras and all this shit.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we going. Everybody, man. Who's in? All in, say aye.
But I think this takes us back to something we said at the very beginning. Especially with me, like when I go through shit, I share it because I feel like it helps. And it starts a dialogue or conversation, and these type of conversations, and I think you said something earlier, you don't have no homeboys. We do have homeboys like that, but when we're around them, it's not those, like that's just not it's other shit we talking about. It may be family, it may be personal, but it may never get that deep. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us, especially in the circles we've been in, there's not very many people you can really trust, whether it be relationship, health, shit I'm going through with my kids. So it's just like most of the time we just find a way to keep it in and keep moving.
Which is crazy for a community of people that have always been ostracized, always been minimized and oppressed. You would think that we could have a village amongst each other, that we can trust each other with everything, but unfortunately we haven't gotten it yet. But I do see progress.
But you got to think about what we have right now, Kirk. You just knocked down a whole new door where others are going to want to come sit down and have a free meal and talk about these types of things because the meal was so good. I want to come back.
Even we not scheduled.
Mix me in with some other brothers.
Dog back there smoking with a plate.
Nah, man, that means a lot, man. Thank you.
You know, me personally, man, like, I'm trying to do better with this these days. Dog can tell you. I done flaked on dog about 5, 10, 12 times.
You getting better, though, gang.
And
Yeah,
so,
for real.
Once I looked
that
at,
person
you
might
know,
use that
the
against
reels you
you and
did
all type of
and
shit
you
and
know, the
expose
work you've been doing on this, you know,
It's
particular
crazy.
show, I was like, I got to be a part of that.
Wow.
I have to be a part of that.
Really?
And if you know me, you know, like I did this one, boy, so of course, you know, I went and did that. But I get requests all day, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't flake on my own homie. Wow. You know, but this right here, this is special, man. And this,
But it's great dialogue, too. Wow. And when you think about, you know, all the smoke and certain places, you know, safe spaces.
Well, we don't have to worry about our publicist
to.
calling us saying, "Hey, man, why did you do that interview with Kirk Franklin? You shouldn't have said that." This is one of those things where the publicist will be excited for the fact that we were able to do this without their permission,
And you got to
without their
create it.
blessing.
That's what's so beautiful, right? Yeah. and you got to create it, man. And we were so used to waiting for green lights and production and is this company. And when you just say, I'm going to do it myself.
Well, let me say this though, Kirk. There are so many different podcasts and shows with negative energy and things for the wrong reasons. Like, I was going to create something like this, not like this, but like this, to where it could be beautiful conversation, peace, and not so much about who's going to jail, who's in trouble, what's wrong with him, but uplifting. So you beat me to the punch, so that's why I'm here to support you and let you know I got your back whenever you need me, and any of my connections is yours.
And you have you got one of the biggest comedians in the world, one of the biggest rappers.
This table is heavy.
The biggest voices in the world.
Yes, sir.
One of the biggest sports podcasters in the world. Come on now.
Yeah, this is great, man.
No, this is you.
What you're doing, man, is phenomenal. It's needed, you know, because there isn't no space for a lot of people to talk or even hear these kind of conversations. Like we were just talking about health or whatever. Some people hearing you right now talking about you about to go get checked out. I guarantee it's gonna be at least 50 men going, man, let me go get checked out.
Let me ask you this, Kirk. Why did you and your team and your people create Den of Kings?
Well, first of all, I'm humbled that y'all came, and I'm very blessed by y'all's kind words. That is super kind of y'all. This just came from a birthday dinner. I've always had dinner with my bros, and I've always loved asking questions over dinner. I mean, so this is just something I've done my whole life, just talking, asking questions over dinner, because again, I didn't have family, I didn't have siblings, I didn't have cousins. So when I would get around people, I was inquisitive. I wanted to ask questions, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm always nosy, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to learn. I love learning. And so my 55th birthday this year, my partners Phil Thornton, incredible Phil Thornton and Ron Hill, they were like, you know what, man? Let's try to make this a show. And we financed it our own. Like we didn't have no backing, you know what I'm saying? We had a great partner named Norman Jamfee that came to the table, and it was like, you know, we just gonna pay for it our own and see what happens. And man, just by the kindness of God, he was super dope. And when I found out that y'all said yes, bro, it was like...
Kirk, ain't nobody gonna say no to you, brother.
Yeah. I don't know.
You are extension cord to the Lord.
That's what I'm saying, Kirk. You don't understand. Everybody feel like you and God. You got God's personal number and his little burner number.
I tell people, brother, you are our...
God, this is me. It's Kirk again.
You are our extension cord to the Lord, bro. You know, like we plugged in, but some of our extension, you're the extension cord. We plugged into you to get a little closer.
Well, I want you to know everybody at the table got the same number I got. So he love us and rocking with us all the same, and I'm always want people to know that, because I know how it can feel like sometimes people, it may seem like somebody else got a VIP hookup, man, but what I love about how dope God is, he don't say no to nobody.
Exactly.
He don't say no to nobody.
And you give us confirmation, Kirk, because we got a lot of family members that sometimes they don't question who we are or what we do, but when they see us in the presence of you, it makes them feel comfortable with knowing that we took those lessons and those messages that they gave us as kids into our adulthood.
And you got us to put the guard down, because if you think so obviously we've all matured at our older age, but gangster rap, NBA bad boy, funny, radio, it's just like they wouldn't expect it from the versatility you gave for you to be able to break down these. And we talked about it, having a comfortable environment. My favorite thing on my show was when people said, I've never said this, or I've never talked about this, and that lets me know how comfortable they are sharing. So when you create a safe space with real, genuine love and affection and care, you're gonna be able to break down the walls of anybody.
And the name is powerful, bro. Kings.
Yeah, beautiful. And so for all women who are in adult relationships with black men, create a safe space, because we need it, And even my daughter, 15, I tell her how to, talk to her brothers, how to check on them, check on your brother. I make sure my kids are doing that. But yeah, man, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this.
Wow.
I got dog. Tyrese reach out to me all the time. If he see anything, he gonna reach out. But dog, when my dad died, dog talked to me for an hour, man.
Wow.
Hour.
See, man,
straight, strong.
Listen, man. Okay, so I ain't gonna, all right, Kirk, keep it together. All right, there you go. All right. So, as we close it out, though, man, I wanna ask y'all to help me, man, to speak to somebody watching. Man, we live in a culture where black men are always getting beat up. You know what I mean? That they're always being, just marginalized and minimized, and somebody's watching. It's like, man, I'm not a star, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not this, but what can we say to somebody watching that, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it like this, 100% people get mad at me, so I'm sorry if I say it now already, that the world makes them feel like shit. Can y'all say something, just to somebody, everybody go around the table and speak to the king and a man watching who has forgotten that he is one?
I could take the lead on this and just say this. For anybody out there that's feeling like, the walls are closing in on them, or they feel like, the world treats me like shit, just look at the world. Look at the world. Look at what people are doing to each other outside. And so if you are not doing any of that or participating in any of that, just the tarnishing of the human's legacy, if you're not doing that, man, keep your head to the stars, man, because you're doing all right. Just to be able to wake up on this side of the dirt tomorrow, on Tuesday, that's the blessing. And so I said it a few times in this interview, and I'll say it again, man. Stay in the mirror longer than you know how you in the gym and you working out, and then your trainer tell you push through, don't stop until you can feel it. That's when the muscle gonna build. Stay in that mirror and talk to yourself. Holler at yourself for longer than me, because I ducked the man in the mirror for so long, because I don't want anybody telling me what I am and what I'm not, even when they're right. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to hear it, even from myself in the mirror. Some days I brush my teeth and I walk. You ever brush your teeth? Walk through the house?
W4 hours stream in the chat.
Exactly. So we all know. Brush your teeth in the mirror, man. Look straight at yourself and brush your teeth, man.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? And so anybody out there that's feeling, less than because, somebody made them feel that way and all of that, and you got to know that hurt people hurt people. So anybody telling you that or making you feel like that, they got their own traumas, man. And so, you can lead with love and tell them, you know what, tomorrow gonna be better. Fuck they head up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that sounds good.
Come on, man, keep that going.
When you look in that mirror,
sometimes you need words.
You can say, we made a difference, or we tricked them. And there's a lot of people who look in that mirror and be like, we tricked them again today. Let's get ready for tomorrow. And if you can live with that, man, as a black man in America, then go ahead. And there's a lot of people who do that. They wake up every morning going, we tricked them. But you gotta go in that mirror and you gotta be like, yo, we made a difference. We failed today, we're gonna get back up.
Yes, sir.
We did well today or whatever, but just keep on going, man, because can't nobody be you but you. What's that saying? Be you because everybody else is taken.
Yes, good. I would say too, run your race. I think we're all chasing a mythical go, where we see, especially within the social media era, where everyone, you think everyone's doing better than you, but the truth is, it's not the truth.
That's good.
And I think being able to run your race,
They second life
being a
on
good
social
person,
media.
and understand that the grass is greener where you water it. It's not always greener on the other side. It's where you put your time and your effort and your focus and your dedication. I'm someone who literally just, went through a separation at the beginning of this year, and I've been through all different types of counseling, but until I surrendered myself to the Word and to the Lord, it's starting to click. I'm in church every Sunday, I'm reading, but none of this would have happened until I really surrendered myself. So to me, it's running your race, understanding, where you put your time and effort in to get better, you'll continue, and then be a good person. I think we live in a crazy world today where it's just so much negativity and hate and separation more than I feel like we've been since we got here. So to be able to run your race and be a good person, and don't be afraid to ask for help. I think we're in the stage now, and this conversation showed you, don't be afraid to ask for help or talk to the homie or go get some professional help, because there's people out here that want to listen and want to help.
And not only is this a Den of Kings, this table's full of, men that have survived trauma.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I was going to say, too. I think that each and every person that's sitting here been through something. And if there's anyone that's watching right now, whatever you're going through, God willing, is
Good.
temporary.
Therapy is good.
And there's some people that try to put, a temporary situation, but they try to make something permanent out of it. And you don't have to be. Everybody here, not just because who we are, as far as if there's fame, if there's this, everybody here came from either against the odds, things being, stacked up against you. And I don't think that anyone here got that lucky break. We scratched off success or a lotto ticket or something like that. It was hard. It was everyday trials and tribulations. And to anyone that's sitting and they're watching, they always tell you the first thing when you get on a plane is secure your mask before you can take care of anyone else. And I think we were taking care of so many other people that now we're just starting to learn how to secure our mask. And if I'm good, if I take care of my health, then I could be around for my babies. I could be around for my wife, my other family members. So if there's anybody that's watching this, man, and I hope that each individual at least have one person that believes in them, one person that you can go to. And if you find that one person, never let that person go. We always kind of send our representatives. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm good. How you doing? I'm good. Kind of shed that representative, man, and I hope they have that one person. And I'm telling you, man, I think each and every one of us here became a story because somebody said something to us, somebody believed in us, and now we're a voice, and we're speaking right now to that next voice. And that next voice is watching right now. We've all talked to people in juvenile halls, camps. Snoop done sent so many kids to the league, So there's just some things, man, where we're talking to the next, we're talking to the next person that's going to be in the den, that's going to be a king.
Thanks.
Bishop Calvin.
Well, to the young king that's watching, my thing is, do what you love and love what you do. And sometimes it ain't everybody's plan for you to do what's meant for you. It's easy to get caught up with trying to be like, trying to impress, trying to do what others are doing. The hard part is being you, because there's so many ways to find ways of not trying to be you, because it's not cool to be you. It's cool to be what's hot. It's cool to be what's fashionable. But I'm here to tell you, the best thing you could do is be you. The uniqueness of each one of us is that none of us are duplicates. We're not replicas. We're all individually who we are.
Yes.
And we have our own stories and our own situations to put us in the position that we're in. So to the young king, while you watching all these things that's going on and you getting discouraged and you hearing negative information, let me give you some positive information. You are a blessing. If God put you on this earth, there is a purpose. Once you figure out how to master who you are, then that purpose will come to life, and then you'll be able to inspire and not need my inspiration, but you become the inspiration for the next generation. Because I was an underdog, then I became the wonder dog. If I can do what you can,
don't you always be like, Snoop Dogg, just everything go with dog.
So my brothers, man, I'm so honored to have legends at this table. This table today is heavy. And I know that wherever you are watching right now, man, I hope that you heard something that just reminded you that where you are is just temporary. It's just a moment. You don't walk out of the movie just because you're on a part you don't like. You got to stay and get to the good part. I promise you, because that page does turn, and they do live happily ever after. I'm telling you, we understand it's hard being a black man in this country. It's difficult. And to all you queens holding that man down, if he's forgotten, remind him of the king in him. Because nobody on this planet has the most power in a man's life like that woman. Women, remember your power. And remember to tell him, even though he's working 4 jobs, even though he may be just barely making ends meet, tell him, if he's picking up trash, remind him he's still a king, because he is. Because that's what God called him to be. First of all, welcome to the family. You're not going to just let that slip in, that you just done made this heart transplant thing with the Lord. You ain't going to slip that in on me
say
like
that.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
say
sir.
that.
Yes, sir. You ain't going to just say that lightly like
Kirk,
that.
you may have to baptize him and make it official.
I'm 5'4". How am I going to baptize?
We get the right pool where he can be up and you can get on the stairs and drop him in and out.
To all the soldiers, all the kings, thank y'all for joining us. And it ain't over until God says it's over.
Say that.
And guess what? I'm holding back tears because I can't cry until he cries. Let's go. Salute. Lift that cup up.
Say, man, you know what they say? At the end of the day ends.
Hello.
Let's go to Kings. Salute, salute.
Thank you, gentlemen, man.
Great job, gang.
Got me over here tight. Everything was working for me. Everything was working, man.
I'm like game on program. I put something down for him to just taste it.
This episode did something to Kirk.
I looked over, I'm like, man.
You did that, chef.
Yeah.
With a massage room.
Another double hit episode. Hey, so